Hey, good evening, everybody. It's Christmas evening. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas day. For those that are celebrating Hanukkah, your celebration is just starting, and I wish you 8 wonderful, beautiful nights. I have a poem that my mom used to read to my brother and me every night, every Christmas Eve, before we went to bed, and we'd had it. She cut it out of a magazine that she had found it in, and we had that tattered copy for years and years and years. And a few years back, it went missing. And last year, I finally decided to ask my email audience if anybody could help me find it. And one wonderful person was able to find it online. I printed it out. I have electronic copies as well as printed copies, so I plan on never losing it again. And with that in mind, I'm going to read it to you tonight. It's such a special poem. Hi Sonia, without further ado, I give you The Animal Gift. And it's by Dr. Nick Iuppa. Animals know when the winter will come, when icy winds turn fingers numb, and fields and plains are covered with snow. Secretly, silently, animals know. Animals know when the moon will rise, when sleep will come to children's eyes. They know the land where dreamers go. Secretly, silently, animals know. Animals watched one star-filled night when the heavens gleamed with a brilliant light. A new star moved through the evening sky, first faint, then far, and then nearby. And animals watched the darkened skies, but so did many other eyes. In distant lands where rivers meet, a learned man in sandaled feet and glowing robes in gilded towers watched the sky for countless hours. Then met with other learned men to talk of the stars that were shining then, especially that one bright, brilliant star that came with such purpose from so far. In books of ancient prophecy, they'd read of the things that would come to be. They knew that the star was sent to bring news of the birth of a noble king, who would lead an army with bold commands to conquer strange and distant lands. But the dove who fluttered by that night knew these thoughts were far from right. A kingdom, yes, but so much more, an army like no one before. And so the birds flew off to sing to the animal world of the coming king. This was the age, the year, the day that sometimes seemed so far away, that animals told their daughters and sons would come in the lives of the fortunate ones, that animal poets sang in rhyme the central day in all of time. The mockingbird sang of that happy day. The monkeys never ceased their play, but chattered forth and back again about the foolish world of men that knew so little of sacred things. The lions, who themselves were kings, paused for a moment in regal thought, then freed the gazelle that they had just caught. The world of the star and the birth of the king had given the sparrow a new song to sing. A king was born, men knew not who, but secretly, silently, animals knew. Still, animals don't know the plans of men. There were camels in a caravan who trudged through the desert without ever knowing what was their load or where they were going. But night followed night, and day followed day, and the bright, brilliant star showed them the way. And then, one cold and windy night, a camel caught a moment's sight of what their heavy packs must surely hold, myrrh and frankincense and gold. Not a heavy load, not hard to lift, but what was its purpose? Could it be a gift? A gift, the lion roared aloud. A gift, he commanded the animal crowd. Mankind is bringing a gift to the king. How could we forget so important a thing? From ivory the elephant trumpeted high. We'll build him a tower that touches the sky. We'll carve him a scepter, the beaver declared, a symbol of power that monarchs have shared. The eagle announced that it wanted to fly and bring back the fire that brightens the sky. And the animals argued far into the night, each of them feeling their gift would be right. Till the lion cried out in terrible distress, for he had no idea which gift would be best. Then he lowered his head to ask his young son if the cub had a thought of what should be done. "Sleep, Daddy, sleep," was all that he said, but it started a thought in the great lion's head. The king is a baby who needs a soft bed. The animals knew where the king would be born, a faraway stable, along and forlorn. The ox cleared the manger of straw and of hay, and the animals journeyed from miles away, to contribute the very finest of things, for the softest of beds, for the king of all kings. The great beasts gave fur from their coats, it is said, to form the warm base of the new royal bed. Wool was a gift from the lambs in the fold, to assure that the king would be safe from the cold. The birds of the air that had built lovely nests made pillows from feathers they drew from their breasts, and spiders at last spun their soft silken thread to cover the down in the new royal bed. Then the animals paused and whispered a prayer that the king of all kings would be comfortable there. And they smiled and knew they had given such great wealth, for each one of them had given a gift of itself. The king has come and brought his word, and men and animals have heard, and legends say his birth was marred by a manger that was cold and hard. But the animals know that this was not so. Secretly, silently, animals know. This is one of my favorite traditions of Christmas and has now been restored. I hope you enjoyed the poem, and I wish you a wonderful rest of your holiday season. Good night.